You know, they're selling y'all wolf tickets, people. You're eating them right up.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I back. Trust me, I back.
But I'm not impressed by your performance.
Ele deu nothing. Ele deu nothing. Shut your fucking mouth, ele deu nothing. Ele deu fucking nothing. Not one of you ele deu nothing.
I'll tell you what, bro. You know, I was out there, I was fighting all the hitters, bro. You ain't fought no hitters.
Come on, guys. It's normal.
I'm not saying I would fight you. I would kill you.
John, do you think I'm just gonna sit there and let you kill me, John? I mean, really?
No, don't be scared, homie.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the fuck he wants.
I'm gonna beat you into the living death. I mean, maybe that's your job, but where I come from, you know, people like that get slapped.
That's fucking illegal.
Nick Diaz, you just shook up the world. How's that feel?
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Yeah, this is a simulated death match. And you haven't simulated anybody's death yet.
I said a lot.
Yes. What is up, Mixed Combat Radio family? I know we started late. That you got a notification probably for another show, and that link isn't working. I do apologize. Shout out to technical difficulties. And we did start late for the live fight chat. Again, I apologize. Shots fired at me. Let's be completely honest about that, right? But we are, just if you want to sync up, about 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third round of Shawn Porter versus Danny Garcia for the vacant WBC title on Showtime Boxing. Hit the like button of the show, subscribe. We're going to be here taking your phone calls. Call in 323-870-4051. I'll say it again, 323-870-4051. Number's right there below on the right-hand corner of the screen. If you need to see it, press 1 to get in the queue. You can call in, talk about the fight. We're here like the old school days of radio, and going to just discuss it because it's happening right here. I'll be honest, I've missed the first couple rounds because of technical difficulties. So, Santiago, please fill in either me or the people listening on what you think has been happening so far in the last 2.5 rounds.
Well, thus far.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. That was my bad. There you go.
Well, thus far, I have Shawn up 2-0. I feel that he's been a little bit more active, and Garcia's been trying more just to focus on the counter game, which hasn't been really working in his favor. And the fact that Shawn hasn't been as aggressive, I feel is what's helping him right now, because I don't see him trying to go in there balls to the walls, trying to, overwhelm him. Right now, they're both being very tactful with one another.
Yeah, there is obviously a level of respect there, but we can see every time they have sort of gone on the inside, they have, gone at each other. It's been some good work. We see Danny, I think, have the better technique. We at least from what I've seen, he's been able to land some really good shots on the inside of the body. It's gonna be interesting to see who can sort of win out here, who can determine the pace and the rhythm of the fight.
Oh yeah, right now as far as the feel out process, but I feel that Shawn right now is the one that's getting more into his groove than anything else.
Agreed, completely agree on that. Shawn, you see Shawn keep lunging in there, man. That athleticism, that speed, that explosion, that's gonna give Danny issues.
Yeah, because he could just get in and out. I consider him like a little more aggressive Lucas Matissa in that aspect, just because he can take advantage of certain things Matissa never could do, like jump in and out, instead of just simply coming forward.
No, I agree, and it's going to be interesting to see if Danny can sort of figure out other ways other than holding. Even though that is maybe an effective tactic to negate, obviously, Shawn Porter's forward pressure.
It's not going to discourage him.
It's not going to actually counter with your own offense. You're just negating it, right? You're bringing it back down to zero. You bring the action back down to zero. So you're not really getting your own shots off when you're obviously tying him up. So can Danny land those sneaky shots, the sneaky left hook on the inside while dealing with the pressure of Shawn Porter? That's obviously going to be a main factor of this fight. Third round is over, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a close one because from that round, it's pretty tit for tat right now. No one is taking it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Me personally, though, I would give it a slight edge to Shawn. I got it 3-0 right now. But you could see that when the shots are available, wow, and that was such a wild right, but yet he was still able to land it clean, too.
Well, Shawn is not really known for defense, let's be honest.
It may not have been known for defense, but I definitely didn't expect it to be such a wide shot for Danny. I expected it to be more a little compact. But nonetheless, definitely he needs to take advantage of those wide shots from Shawn in order to come off with his counteroffensive.
And again, remember, call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. Round 4 is starting. Hit the like button of the show. Subscribe. We are a fan-driven show, patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. It seems they wanted to, Steve Willis wanted the corner to sort of wipe off some of the Vaseline on his face. 4th round has officially started, ladies and gentlemen. Danny Garcia taking the center of the ring. That's interesting to me, is how much I've seen Shawn be on the outside along the ropes and then darting in.
Yeah.
And sort of having to reestablish the real estate of where the fight's taking place.
Yeah.
You know, the ring generalship so far of Danny Garcia could be a factor here. Because Shawn usually is not the guy that has his back along the ropes. That's not where he does his best work.
And he's not the boxer either. You know, really, when this fight was announced,
good right hand there from Porter.
The theme of it was Danny the boxer, Shawn the aggressor, and Shawn.
Good combination there from Shawn Porter as he mauls Danny on the inside.
Yeah, keeping his shots compact too. I like the fact that he's contained his aggression in this fight thus far. You know, he hasn't really smothered his work as much as he has in his other fights.
True, and also, I mean, you can tell. I mean, he knows this isn't like Andre Berto. Like, he can't come in here and just swarm him with 120 punches around. He can't do that with this guy. It's Danny Garcia. Danny getting clipped there, though.
Oh, yeah. Holding on for dear life right there while Shawn just tries to keep fighting.
Shawn's been able to land that left hook consistently, it seems
working that body to Danny. Oh, man. Good work by Shawn.
For those that talked about Danny not being able to deal with the aggression of Shawn Porter, it looks like that might be the case early in this fight. Let's see if Danny can make adjustments and figure out how to deal with the pressure of Shawn Porter.
And the sporadic pressure at it, too.
Good jab there by Shawn Porter. I mean, the athleticism factor, I think, is a huge one. I mean, obviously, Shawn Porter is just so much more of an athlete than Danny Garcia.
And he's a physically strong guy, too. He can just jerk his way out of those clinches, and he doesn't have to sit there and take them.
Completely agree. Being faster and stronger helps. And plus that cardio. I mean, that's one thing that Shawn Porter does have. Being in camp with him, you really get to see, like, in first person what sort of cardio he has. And plus, that little private gym he has in Vegas, it's set up. It's a nice facility.
Yeah, 50 seconds to go left in the 4th round as Danny tries to actually work his way inside. But
a little left hand there from Danny.
But thus far, it's been the Shawn Porter show this round.
Yeah, well, it seems like Danny's trying to play catch-up right now. Like, it seems like he's throwing second, he's hitting second. He's never first in this matchup right now, it seems. Shawn's dictating a lot of the pace of this fight, the tone of the fight, and that is key for this. You know, can Danny upset the patterns and rhythm of Shawn Porter and make him second-guess himself?
Now, that's a tall order in and of itself just because of the kind of activity that Shawn can bring to a fight.
Absolutely. Even guys like Keith Thurman, I mean, didn't really do that. I mean, he did in a sense, you know, in spurts here and there, in parts here and there in rounds, but there was never a moment where he just took over.
Yeah, he was able to slow him down, but he never once changed the pace of that fight. That fight stayed the pace that Shawn wanted it through and through.
And with Kell Brook, I would say Shawn Porter has obviously improved since then as well.
Oh, you can see that. You know, he's not taking those clinches either. You know, so many fighters we've seen just, you know, once they get clinches, like, oh, okay, I'll just wait for the referee. It's like, no, he's
working out of it, yeah. He's trying to bully the guy in the clinch, even if he's the one getting clinched at the same time. That strength is obviously a major factor on the inside, and it helps him to do that. Mike Garcia in the crowd right there. They've been hyping up on the low Mikey versus Earl, like subliminally on the telecast.
And they got a nice little section too that you can see in the crowd too. For those who might not have noticed, they got Errol, Keith, Robert Easter, and Adrian Broner all in one little section.
Don't forget Gervonta Davis. Come on.
Oh, you know,
he's been photobombing every single time they show Spence trying to get like remembered.
The very first one was hilarious. The very first one was hilarious.
5th round has started, ladies and gentlemen. Again, same aspect of Danny taking the center of the ring and Shawn working the outside. You know, he did tell us before this fight that he was going to show us something a little bit more. That Thurman laid the blueprint. That you could be this outside mover. And to be honest, outside movers have always sort of given Danny more issues than the inside swarmers.
Yeah, Danny's never been a guy who's been good on the front foot. You know, just see his fight with Lamont Peterson, you could see that he struggled to come forward. I always felt that if this fight was to be in his favor, it was supposed to be him on the back foot. So the fact that Shawn's making him come to him, it's not helping him.
And it also, you know, when you talk about like the controlled aggression from Shawn Porter, that's obviously helping with this game plan. That he's fighting in spurts. He's fighting in threes and in maxes 4s. Like most of the time he's throwing in 2-punch combinations. Like a 1-2 and out of there. 1-2 out of there. Maybe a 1-2-3 out of there. So that is not atypical of him, but it's definitely not what we've seen recently of Shawn Porter, I would say, in terms of game plan. I like that. We've always sort of questioned that side of it.
That's always been your biggest gripe, is that he never has a game plan for his fights. This time it looks like he really does know what he wants to do in this fight.
Agreed. He always seems like a guy that just goes in there and does the Shawn Porter fight. And this seems very different than that. Good right hand there from Porter. God, both guys, beautiful inside work.
Yeah, Garcia coming back with some body shots, trying to slow down the pace of Shawn Porter, but thus far Shawn Porter controlling those with those 3- and 4-punch combos.
I think Danny, first off, he's really liking a jab. I've noticed that. When he's trying to get on the inside, he's not really working his way inside. He's just sort of plodding forward, hoping that he'll just wind up there. But Shawn is fast enough, quick enough on the draw that he's able to sort of get off on Danny before Danny can react.
And his reaction time is really good, too.
Get out of there. Danny hasn't been able to time him yet. It's going to be interesting to see. Again, Danny's always been talked about as a cerebral guy. Like, he's always been talked about as a guy with a high fight IQ, actually. And it's going to be interesting to see, again, it's only the 5th round. In round 7, round 8, when that adjustment needs to be made, is it going to get made?
Yeah.
Because right now he is losing all these rounds. Like, you're right. Like, all these rounds he's probably lost. Or we're about 30 seconds left in the 5th round. That means he's 5 rounds down. But you see him trying to set that left hook right there?
Yeah. Missing wildly, too, as Shawn ducks under it.
But see, Shawn has, in terms of distance from your opponent, right? Shawn sometimes makes the mistake of being in the mid-range. Like, he doesn't go all the way in or all the way out. He does stay right there to be hit sometimes.
Yeah.
That's how Adrian Broner was able to get him. That's how Thurman was able to give him tons of time, because Shawn wouldn't fully commit on the inside phone booth. And to be honest, he still struggles with actually having clean offense on the inside. He just does.
Yeah, he's more of a mauler in that
he
sense,
is.
too.
So with Danny, with other guys, he usually doesn't want to do that because he wants his work to be cleaner. But in doing so, and his lack of actual defense, I would say, he's able to get clipped. Watch that left hook from Danny when Shawn half-asses his way on the inside.
And that overhand right that Danny landed earlier on, too.
That's true.
It was such a wide punch that Danny threw, but he was still able to land it clean.
Yes, make sure you guys hit the like button of the show, subscribe. Heading into round 6. Remember, call in 323-870-4051. We can talk about the fight at any time, or you can wait till the fight's over and give your immediate reaction, because it does look like we are going to miss the live fight chat for Woodley Till.
That's depressing.
Damn depressing. Well, we will do an immediate reaction show for that, hopefully.
At the very least.
I mean, if we have time to actually watch it, because this fight is really good in front of us. And it's hard to pay attention to everything.
Hey, and it's actually already gone. It's already near the halfway point too. This fight's going pretty well. Round 6, both guys in the center of the ring now, but you could still see that Shawn's the one trying at the very least to control the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Garcia still coming forward, plotting, coming with a jab. Shawn with a 1-2, overhand over the top. Danny backing away.
Danny just can't keep up, man. That's the issue. Like, even when he gets on the inside, he's able to do his good work. Shawn just is able to throw twice as much as him, you know? And because the power is even a little bit, there's not a real gap in power, Danny, I think, can't capitalize enough. He needs to start throwing more. He needs to start throwing in combinations a little more on the inside. See, he's getting outworked on the inside.
Yeah, not only that, but these guys have taken some world-class punches, too. So I don't expect Shawn to go away so easily, neither Garcia to go away easily. But I can easily see right now that Shawn's simply trying to outwork him. And you can see that he's trying to be consistent more than anything.
Shawn's trying to catch that or throw that pull-back right-hand counter a lot, I've seen. So make sure to see if he can land it. Danny looking a little bit, I'm not going to say he's tired, but I'm going to use the word tired. He looks a little bit like his mouth was open right there. Shots a little bit labored right now. Is the body work from Shawn Porter putting money in the bank right now?
No, not only that, but just look at how much he's making Danny move, too, from the back foot to the front foot, too. Like, catch up in more ways than one, really, is what Danny's trying to do.
William in the chat saying, "What's up, guys? What's up, William?" Hit the like button of the show. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy the fight, too, because it is a good fight. This is exactly what we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Ooh, good right hand there from Danny at the very end of that combination. But again, he threw one punch that landed. Porter landed what, 6?
Yeah, at the very least, man. Like, it may be tit for tat, but there's more tat from Porter than anything.
Porter's not good on when his back is against the ropes like that, though. I think Danny needs to start pressing him a little more. Be more the physical guy in there, in my opinion.
Yeah, which is a tall order. And also, again, just goes back to my point that Danny's never been someone who's good on the front foot. Like, this is the guy that wants to be having the guy come to him, and you can see that, like, he's not jabbing his way in. He threw, like, a lead right to the body, but, like, Porter's just pushing him back, either with activity or just physically pushing him forward.
Danny trying to get that right-hand counter in there. You know, I forget who said it. Somebody said it. I think, obviously, a lot of people have said it, but Danny's just his lack of work rate makes it so hard for him to win a clear decision in this fight, in this particular matchup. You know, he's really going to have to get knockdowns here, get knockout here, because I just don't think you can really win a decision against Shawn Porter like this if you're Danny.
It doesn't look like it, you know, and even Info Joe, you know, shout out to Info Joe, coaching his son's basketball team and winning a championship. He pointed that out too, that if it's a decision, it's most likely going to be in Shawn's favor.
Mm-hmm. Just volume alone. Judges love that. Fans love that. And plus, I mean, most of the time, if you're landing more punches than your opponent, you are winning. Most of the time.
Yeah. It's just the way we see it. Look at that.
Danny doing a good job of slipping some of these shots, but again, it's just he's not throwing enough back. He's not countering enough. You can definitely tell he has too much stimulus in front of him from Shawn Porter. Too much movement. Too much combinations.
Can't react fast enough to what he's trying to do.
He's not quick enough on the draw. I don't know what he does here, honestly, other than just try to make it a dogfight. But again, that might not be advantageous to him.
No, because
I don't know what he does here.
Nah, you got me too. Like, really, he would have to. For me, it's still the fact that he would need Shawn to come to him. You know, because the pace.
Yes,
pace,
you're right. He needs Shawn to start coming to him more.
Because the pace is still ideal to Garcia, but it's just what he's doing right now that's not helping. Like right there, you could see that Danny was trying to like weave out of the way and come back with a counter, and that's because Shawn was coming to him. But when he's coming forward to Shawn, it's just Shawn's game all the way.
A little headbutt there right now. Steve Willis tells the guys just to watch it. No, I agree. I when we see Danny force Porter to actually come forward a little bit more, be on the front foot, we see Porter make mistakes more. And that leads to Danny being able to capitalize on those mistakes more. Because Shawn's on the back foot and more of a defensive guy right now, he's thinking right now. He's not making mistakes. He's thinking too much. You know, he's too much of a cerebral guy right now in the moment. Steve Fallhood with the even scorecard right now.
3 rounds apiece.
Interesting.
57-57. I've actually got it more or less a shutout right now. 60-54.
Yeah, from what I've watched, I have not given a round to Danny Garcia.
It's been hard to give him a round too. Like the only round that you probably could have considered giving to him would have been the 3rd round where you actually caught in. Mm-hmm. But even then, for me, it was kind of easy to see.
No, but Porter still won that one. I think just activity alone. Again, these counter shots from Danny aren't significant enough to outweigh the 10 times amount of punches landed from Shawn Porter. And are we thinking that none of these punches from Shawn Porter are affecting Danny? Let's not be ridiculous here. Like, let's not be stupid here. Like, these punches from good left hook there from Shawn Porter, as making Danny give him a little smile right there. And again, Danny's the one coming forward. Shawn's the one on the back foot. This was something I just did not see happening. This complexion of the fight, this style of it. Good left hand right there on the inside.
It's completely topsy-turvy. Completely flipped around.
Shawn
just working, coming forward, landing his combinations. Now he's pushing Garcia back, got him against the ropes, just overwhelming him right now.
Yeah, but he did catch some punches on the way. When he started this entire swarm, he's eating punches.
Yeah.
When we see Shawn going wild man mode, he makes mistakes. But again, can Danny capitalize on that? That's the question. Doesn't seem like it right now.
No.
Like right here, like I'm shocked Danny hasn't caught him a little more clean right here. Good combinations there from Shawn Porter on the inside. Both guys throwing really hard hooks. 30 seconds left in the 7th round. Good left hook to the body there from Danny.
Good body shot by Shawn in return. Nah.
About 15 seconds left in the round. Both guys doing some good body work here.
Yeah, both guys have done a little bit better work this round, especially for Danny, but
Still a Shawn round.
it's still a Shawn round, and that's 7 rounds in the bag.
Yes, it is. And just for our MMA listeners, Woodley and Darren Till are almost in the cage right now. So if I do maybe like have a scream or something and like look over there, you guys know now.
Yes.
I will obviously be trying to focus on this a little bit more, but I can't help myself.
Yeah, man. This is a man who loves combat sports, all of combat sports.
If only we can arrange it where the TVs were next to each other, that would be helpful.
Yeah, that would be. Right there, look at that.
Oh, that right hand, man. The accuracy is not there right now.
It was completely reflexive more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could see
headbutt bad. That was a bad headbutt. Leo, Big Al, D Lava, the Prospect. What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's having a great night or a great day wherever you're listening. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe, patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. 8th round is starting. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, share the show. Call in 323-870-4051 if you want to get your points off and your opinions off on this fight or any fights of the day. I really don't mind. I don't care.
Yeah, this is one of the fights that we've been looking forward to, and it's the week before Canelo GG2, so we couldn't ask for more at this point. It's a good September thus far.
Danny, again, same complexion as every other fight, or every other round, I should say. Him coming forward, Shawn reacting, but reacting beautifully, having a great game plan, and definitely taking a page from the Keith Thurman fight with Danny Garcia. You can definitely tell he watched that fight a lot and styled a game plan around that.
Yeah, these guys were on a collision course to fight one another while Keith Thurman recovered. Mm-hmm. And so you could see that the one who did their homework better was Shawn thus far. Because I see the same issues that plagued him when he was fighting Lamont Peterson, something that doesn't look like it was really worked on.
Well, I mean, there is one thing, like one aspect of this fight, one narrative of this fight is the Danny Garcia unwillingness to fight without his dad. And the idea that he would retire if his dad wasn't around. The idea, the heart in the sport, right?
Yeah.
Is Danny's heart truly in the sport? I feel like we've had this question maybe on and off for the last couple of years now. Shawn always seems like he loves what he's doing. I will give him that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not really to make a long point off of it, but I don't know here. You see one guy, like you said, obviously make adjustments. Looks like he really wants to win this fight. And one guy going out here and fighting the same old fight he always has. Whether he's fighting Mauricio Herrera, Rod Salka, Keith Thurman, it's the same fight every time.
He's got the Shawn Porter mentality
right now. He does. Like, I'm just going to be in here and beat Danny Garcia, and that'd be good enough. No, it's not good enough at this level. You need a game plan. You need a team around you to dissect your opponent and come up with several strategies and tactics to achieve an overall goal. And he did not do that. Maya saying we're going to watch this on if we're on the road. If you have a Showtime subscription, you can watch it online, showtimeanytime.com. If not, we do not support illegal piracy here, but vipleague.com, just saying. Mm-hmm. Just saying. 30 seconds left in the 8th round. Shawn Porter, again, it's getting to that point now where we get to this point sometimes in fights where it's the same round. Every round now.
It becomes a broken record. Nothing changes. And the thing about Shawn Porter is he's got the cardio to keep this being a broken record.
And the problem, the reason why we have this is because, A, Shawn Porter obviously has insane cardio and skill. B, Danny Garcia is a tough motherfucker, so you can't put him out. Mm. And C, I think Danny has a bad team around him, or at least maybe a bad head coach around him.
Yeah, this is a guy. This is a guy who's a prime example of someone who needs different voices in his work.
Yes. Different influences, different ideas, different techniques being taught to him. That is not there. You know, that's just what it seems like to me. And that's why this will probably go 12 rounds, because Shawn is that good. So he's going to keep looking like this every round where he's just almost dominant at this point. But Danny is tough. He's durable. He's going to roll with the shots. He's going to eat the shots. He's going to give his own here and there, but he's not winning. You know, unless he lands that shot to change the entire fight, I don't see things changing right now. I really don't. There's nothing that I see from Danny right now in this fight to make me go, this is what he can do. If he just does this a little bit better, he can win.
Yeah, and one of them being the fact that he has to get Shawn to come to him. That was my point too.
Yes.
That he needs to get Shawn to come to him, but Shawn is
Round 9 starting.
Shawn is not the kind of guy who gets suckered in so easily. Like, he knows what's working right now, and he's trying to stick to it, even when he's been made to come forward.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Garcia Porter's in its 9th round, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Darren Till versus Tyron Woodley for the UFC Welterweight Championship is on right now. So I'll be trying to talk about that a little bit. Santiago, please cover boxing a little more in depth.
We got the MMA expert here.
Try to break down both fights for you because I really wanted to do 2 separate live chats. I do apologize. And if you're listening to this right now and only want to listen to reports about Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, I apologize.
Yeah. We had hope for no overlaps, but...
we got overlap. Shit happens.
And thus far, Shawn's still working off the back foot. Danny trying to come forward. Shawn countering out with like a 2-punch combination, and Danny just sitting there working a jab, but not being
Good right hand there by Danny, though.
Yeah, but not being very consistent with the punches he does throw. Like, yeah, I see him throw a jab every now and then. I see him throw a right every now and then, but I don't really see him throwing in combination compared to Shawn. Right now, he has him in the corner, and it looks like he's trying to bait him, but Shawn's just staying there, being patient and working his game plan right now.
The prospect saying in the chat, referring to Danny Garcia, he doesn't want to step out of the comfort zone to better himself, not because he doesn't want to, because his vision is clouded as to the possibilities due to the love of his father. I completely agree. Like, he loves his dad. You can tell they're like best friends. He would never think about leaving him. And his dad, knowing Angel and the brief interactions I've had with him, that he would never say, hey, how about you go train with somebody else and not me?
Yeah.
That's not Angel's code. Not at all. Not at all. Woodley Till is going on about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first round. Nothing much has happened except for some clinching and some glancing shots.
50 seconds left to go in the 9th round for Garcia Porter. And right now, Garcia just does not really have much of an answer for the game plan that Porter's implementing. You see Porter working the body, coming forward, and Danny just coming out with 1 punch, a straight lead that partially landed. Shawn with a lead right to the body that kind of lands as well. Ducking under a left hook by Danny, coming back with his own punch that's also blocked.
Shawn may have the best cardio in the game. Like, I know we say it all the time, but it might be understated, unfortunately. Like, that's how good of a cardio game he has.
Yeah, like,
it's unparalleled, in my opinion.
I don't think there's ever been a Shawn Porter fight where we can look at ourselves and say,
he's tired out.
He's tired out. Not even with the outwork and activity that he does put forth sometimes in his fights, you know.
Or even like the Keith Thurman fight, which had an insane output even for Shawn Porter standards. He never got tired in that fight.
No,
not once.
Shout out to him, man. And I mean, it's one of the main reasons why when I was training for Border Wars, I worked on my cardio.
Devinson, who's winning so far, I would definitely say it's Shawn Porter. I know Steve Fard has a little more of a mixed scorecard here, but in my opinion, Shawn Porter is almost downright dominant in this fight. I'm not going to say dominant because obviously Danny's getting his licks in, but
you can see who's clearly winning the rounds as the rounds come to an end. That's more evident than anything else. They're not really being cut down the middle.
Charles saying I love you a lot. I love you too, man. Don't worry. It's okay. You should love me enough, though, to go on patreon.com/mixedcombat-radio. Just saying.
Yeah, and there's Errol Spence with one of the Charlos. And there is the one and only Keith One-Time Thurman in the audience, looking to get a crack at one of these two when he finally comes back in the ring. 10th round starts. Shawn Porter comes forward. It gets into a clinch with Garcia. And it's, well, what more can we say at this point, really?
Leo saying, who should the winner face afterwards? Rematch versus Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, or Bud? Well, definitely, you can call in 323-870-4051. Call, press 1 to get in the queue. It's absolutely free to call in if you're domestic. If you are international, email me, mixedcombatradio@gmail.com. Again, all that information is right there on the screen, right there at the bottom. Email me. I get you a free international call-in link, like Skype, but it's not Skype, so you can do that as well.
Yeah, and it's also free of charge too, so you don't have to worry about paying.
All of it's free of charge. And also, who should he fight next? Earl Spence. I mean that.
Yeah.
We should say that for obviously the end of the fight. We have about 2 more rounds left. Who knows what can happen? But I would say let's hold off a second. It's 2 more rounds. Let's see what happens, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah. And thus far, 10th round, Porter's been working that body of Garcia. Been a bit of a smotherer, but more in the sense of smothering Garcia's offense when they do get in close. I don't really see him smothering his work as much. Garcia with a left hook to the body that partially lands. Another left hook that lands on the body. Ooh, good right hook to the head by Danny Garcia. Another right hook to the body.
First round's over for Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till. Close round, not much happened. Well, definitely a feeling out process, and definitely, hopefully not a sign of this fight being potentially just a slow fight.
It would work out in our favor, though, ironically enough.
That's true. Like, go to the 4th or 5th round, please, at least.
That way he can do something more focused while he watches what has been very fascinating.
It's a beautiful performance from
beautiful
Shawn
performance
Porter.
by Shawn Porter. Like,
this is a career best performance.
Yeah, almost watershed. You know, I love the way Shawn's looked this fight. I love the way he's been able to react. I love the way that he has been able to hold his ground on the back foot, coming forward, smothering Garcia's work, and they're still giving us a good fight. Like, Garcia's still fighting back. He's still getting in his licks here and there, but, like, the activity has just been in Shawn's favor.
Agreed. For everyone picking Shawn Porter, this is exactly what the reason they picked him for, right? Like,
It was mainly for the activity. Just about anybody who knows and seen Shawn Porter had picked them based on activity. And really, Garcia did have the notoriety of being a slow starter, so that had to play a factor in their decision as well.
Agreed. The prospects and the overhand rights are beautiful. You know, it's just everything he's doing right now. Like,
it's very
good left hand
hook.
there. Damn, by Danny Garcia. See, Danny's definitely is a slow starter. Ooh, damn. Huge elbows from Tyron Woodley. I missed what happened. Fuck. Looked like he hurt him. I'm about to miss Tyron Woodley getting knocked out, huh?
You probably are, and it's only fortuitous that it happens to be.
I'm so upset.
It happens to be during the 1 minute rest for the boxing right now.
But it definitely seemed like he knocked him down. Oh, God. Shots fired at me. Come on. One of those days.
It's just one of those days, buddy. Can't be helped.
I got a hangover. I'm tired.
It's been a long day for you. You've been up since 6.
Yep, shout out to a bachelor party last night. Man, went to bed at 3, woke up at 6 a.m.
Living the life. That's a man who's living the life right now.
Devin saying Danny Garcia is a sleeper. He has good defense and amazing counterpunch. Yeah, he's still in this fight. Like, he could still land a shot.
Yeah,
I mean, Broner, and then actually follow up with it. You know,
yeah.
that is still a factor here.
Yeah, because unlike Broner, like, Garcia actually can follow up and care.
Mm.
All right, 11th round starting. And championship rounds. Let's see whether or not Danny can come back and at least score a couple knockdowns, if not a come from behind emphatic knockout.
The prospect, I love it, prospect, saying Santiago. Is there a Mrs. Santiago? No, there is a girlfriend, though. Who I have yet to meet. Fern has met her, I believe. I have not. Info Joe has met her, hasn't he?
No.
No? Am I imagining that?
No. But he was the first one that I showed him a picture of.
No. Yeah. It's whatever. Me and Santiago are like maybe just not friends.
And yet I'm the only one that shoots through for the live fight chats compared to everybody else.
Ooh, shots fired at JP.
And everybody else that we've been asking to come through.
It's just Joe. It's Joe's always busy. Fern's always busy. It's just JP that shots are fired at. Let's be real.
And yeah, JP could have definitely given Kawaki and Martin some work.
Oh, God. Ed, let's not go that far. Woodley Till over there, just a brief little update. Woodley's on top of him, beating the fuck out of Darren Till right now. God, it's a thing of beauty.
And Steve Farhard right now has it 5-5, 95-95.
Are you serious?
Yes. No, this is the part where you play the "Are you serious? Are you serious?"
Hold on, like it's.
You know, they're selling y'all wolf tickets, people. You're eating them right up.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
That'll do. That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. I can't believe Steve Farhood is doing that.
Yeah, for me, it's actually I've had a hard time trying to find rounds to give. I mean, if you're gonna,
it's honestly been like 2 or 3 at tops.
You know, and if you want to base it based on strictly his counterpunching, then yeah, okay. You know, he has had his moments counterpunching, but they have not been enough to be a dead even fight after 10 rounds.
Man, this is just unfortunate, man. I hate that shit. And usually, like Farhood is actually on it, like compared to like a Harold Letterman.
Yeah, he's like a prime Harold Letterman most days. But
before Harold Letterman like lost the eyesight, and they just like kept him in the same job because they don't want to be rude. It happens. I don't blame him. It's weird to see bad scorecards from Steve Farhood, in my opinion.
Hey,
that's a rare bad one. Oh, Tom Woodley is that a Peruvian necktie? No. Oh, Woodley got the tap. Tom Woodley is still your UFC welterweight champion. Getting that second, I think it was a second round submission. Wow. I told y'all that wrestling from Tom Woodley was too much. The champ.
And the 11th round comes to an end as the UFC main event comes to an end.
I was sitting here thinking like, like the Porter Garcia fights can get over like a good 15 minutes, like in my mind how the timing was going to work out before the Woodley fight. And then the Woodley fight got over first. And that's just, that's my luck.
Yes. They has been full of irony.
You know what? Shout out to Tyron Woodley. I think he just, because I think he just got his black belt, which he obviously has in the cage right now, crying. A lot of people doubted him. He was an underdog here. I'm happy. I'm definitely happy.
And a guy that, keeping the topic similar, has had issues with his own cardio.
Yes, he has. And also, now it's basically confirmed Woodley versus Colby Covington is next. Black Lives Matters versus MAGA. I am hyped as fuck for that.
Yeah.
In today's age, that is our Max Schmeling, like Joe Louis, right?
Hey, and even Gil was looking forward to that.
I truly think that's the closest comparison, an analog to Woodley Covington.
Yep. 12th round has started, and thus far, I personally have it 11-0 Shawn Porter. If I want to be kind,
I gave 1 round. I gave.
If I want to be kind, I can say 10-1.
Like I think it was the 10th round or the 11th. No, 10th or 9th. It was really close. I'll give him that. I'll be nice.
You'll be nice.
I'll be nice.
That's a rarity for you. Today's been a bad day.
Today has been a bad day. Santiago got to see me actually pissed off, which I don't think Santiago's ever seen me legitimately pissed off before.
No, I've never legitimately seen you pissed off outside the ring at the very least. So that was a new experience. It scared me. I was like, crap, okay, I think maybe I should leave. But no, thank God I stuck by. We've seen a great fight, a great finish, and you already got Matt's immediate reaction. I'm focused on this, so that's my immediate reaction as it stands.
Yeah, but I mean, we know what's gonna happen here. Again, call in 323-870-4051. We talk obviously Shawn Porter, Danny Garcia, Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till, Amir Khan versus Samuel Vargas. Whatever you want to talk about, I am here as long as there are callers. If there are no callers, as soon as the fights are over, as soon as those post-fight interviews are over,
we are out of here.
Yeah, fuck yeah, okay?
And for those that are international and want to call in and don't want to pay overpriced international calling, you can always email this man at mixedcombatradio@gmail.com.
Yes.
He will send you a special link so that you can get in and call.
And it is a permanent link. It makes it very convenient for you guys, because I know that's a little bit inconvenient at first to have to email me. But that link is permanent. It stays there, so whenever you want to call in, you just go to that link. But can you do me actually a quick favor, Santiago? Can you turn up the TV volume? Because I want to hear what Woodley has to say. I will keep an eye on the boxing. Thank you. You're muted. Now, there you go, Mr. Co-host. Mr. Non-producer ass over there. I almost wanted to fake you out and be like, oh, my God, Danny Garcia knocked him out. But I like that. I can't do that to my listeners.
Now I am back with 30 seconds left to go in the 12th and final round.
Isn't it crazy that Woodley is like 35, 36 years old?
It doesn't look it.
No.
I would have expected him to be like 28, 29 at the very least.
You know, you would think that he would, if he was to have an athletic drop-off, like this might have been the fight to see it, and that did not happen. It's just going to be curious to see when that drop-off does actually occur, because he has definitely had a career renaissance. Obviously, by the way, Shawn Porter, Dan Garcia, fight is
over.
Fight's over. Decision is not read yet. I will turn up the volume a little bit so you guys can hear the scorecards being read, a little bit of the post-fight interviews for that one. But definitely call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue, or email me, mixedcombatradio@gmail.com if you are international, to get an international call-in link. But I have a clear win for Shawn Porter here.
I do too. And I know some people are probably in the same line of thinking with Steve Farhart, thinking that it was an even fight. But even then, you have to give the edge to Shawn Porter. Those early rounds, to me, I feel are what seal the deal for him. At the very least, 7-5, Shawn Porter. And that's just being very generous, in my opinion.
You can't give 5 rounds to Danny.
Hey, we've seen crazier scorecards. And it's next week as a prime example of that.
When Woodley gets asked about what's next, he talks about mixtape dropping.
Yeah, and the hipster reviewer is here too.
You should mention Colby Covington's name, though, Tywin. That's okay, though. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We're going to wait for, obviously, the scorecard for Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, before we head out of here, because obviously we want an official winner for that one. An amazing, couple fights. Obviously, Woodley Till wasn't the great fight of the night or fight of the year contender, but we got to see Woodley show out. That's always great. Zeb beat Magomed Shaparov. Great performance. Jessica Andrade, I know you didn't see it because it was obviously on at the very beginning of Shawn Porter and Garcia. She got an emphatic finish in her fight as well. Tons of people got great fights, great finishes on the undercards. Not only this UFC event, UFC 228, and the Danny Garcia Shawn Porter fight, but plus obviously Amir Khan versus Samuel Vargas. Tons of fight this weekend. Again, call in 323-870-4051. And if you can't call in tonight, if you're busy, if you're out drinking with the homies, whatever it is, it's okay. I don't blame you. Monday, live as usual. Monday through Friday, we're live every day at 10 p.m. in the UK, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on YouTube. Again, obviously podcast form on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, etc. And again, patreon.com/mixedcombatradio to help support the channel in any way financially that you want. Obviously, if you don't want to support financially, completely understandable. Free ways to support. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribing. If you're listening on podcasts, leave a review. That is the best way for exposure for our podcast. If you're listening via iTunes right now, drop that review. Whether it's 5-star, 1 star, does not matter.
And he will read it on air if it is something noteworthy.
I'll read them all in there. It doesn't matter. Even if your name's weird, because we've had some weird names, I read them all. It's okay.
I think you might want to turn it up, buddy.
Oh, you're right. That's sad. As it doesn't want to turn up for me. Turn up for what?
Right on time.
That was perfect. Okay, it's good.
Score totals. Judge at ringside, Don Ackerman scores about 116 to 112.
That's not bad.
Judges Julie Letterman and Eric Marlinsky both scored about 115 to 113.
I told you 7-5.
In favor of the winner, he is now the WBC welterweight champion of the world, Showtime. Porter.
Oh, let's get the celebratory music out. That soundbite's a little bit long, but totally worth it.
And old.
And 100% from the 1940s, right? Obviously, Shawn Porter, probably a career best performance, right? Like that's.
I would definitely consider this a career best performance for him.
Like there's definitely been fights where he has probably better performances, like the Andre Berto fight. He was so dominant, got the finish. Obviously, looked better in that fight in a sense, but this is against Danny Garcia. I like how Danny Garcia gets a second. What the
a WBC medal that's gold instead of silver. Yes.
Yo, that is so the WBC right there. Hey, Danny, we know you lost, but you pay us a lot of money in sanctioning fees, so we're gonna give you this second place fucking fuck you medal, right? That's what we're gonna do. It's great. Shawn Porter is a fantastic fighter, fantastic spokesperson for the sport. Obviously, Earl Spence is the fight next. I think you probably agree on that.
Oh yeah, no. Handedly, I would imagine that if Thurman's still recovering, the next best thing is an Errol Spence unification. IBF, WBC. That would be a great fight. You got a guy who's very, you could say docile in his approach, but effective, and a guy who's the opposite and still effective.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like no callers, so we're going to just move on out of here. Again, if you want to call in, 323-870-4051. I will stop the outro music, and I will take your call. It's no big deal. But, you know, we all want Earl Spence next, but let's not forget, he did just win the WBC belt, and the WBC just mandated that he has 2 mandatories.
Damn.
And technically, they throw in a third, but they didn't really say it was a third. They said, obviously, Thurman, if he wants to fight next, he has first dibs, right?
Yeah, he's got that champion.
But they mentioned 2 other names, obviously, with the winner of this fight.
Uh-huh.
Do you know the 2 names?
I would imagine one is Errol, but I can't imagine what the other.
No, it's not Earl. Or I was about with another sanctioning body. You know that. You know how that works. Like they don't fuck with other champions.
True. I don't know who they are. Then who are they?
Ordonis Ugas, who obviously fought on the undercard of this.
Porter works them.
And Andre Berto in a rematch.
Don't give us that. God, no, don't give us that. We already saw how that fight played out, and it could only end badly for all of us involved. I'll take the Ordonis Ugas fight, even if it is a wash at that
I'll
point.
take nothing. How about that? Is that an option? Can we just have Shawn just sit out for a bit?
Yeah, well.
You know, I'd rather have that, honestly. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Matt the Hip Hunter. You can find me at Matt Hunter MCR, all platforms. Santiago is obviously our main man on Facebook, our Facebook director, so you can find him there if you want any inquiries as to him and what he does or whatever. Hit the like button of the show, subscribe, all that YouTube shit out of the way, and have a good night. See you Monday.
Laters.